Yo, what's good guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be back speaking about the Premier League Game Week 22 predictions, recording a day before the Game Week 21 matches. So excuse me for the stats if they're anything like wrong, bear with me, it's like a day before the matches. So let's get straight into the video. We have Newcastle versus Bournemouth. It's going to be such a good watch. Let's get started with Newcastle. They're doing quite well this season. Recently, their form has been quite impressive as well. It has been quite solid defensively as well. They knocked out Arsenal with a 2-0 win out of the EFL Cup. Newcastle played very well, great defensively, and their attack is scary with Isak and Gordon. They just need a top winger, like a right wing, and that attack's gonna be insane. Now on to Bournemouth. They have been very good this season. Played some solid football and getting huge results. Semenyo, he's on a lot of clubs' radars this January, so we could maybe see him leave, but still haven't seen like verbal talks agreed, so it's not happening yet, but it could happen. They have beat some top clubs like Arsenal and Man City. Gotta give credit to Andoni Iraola. He has done amazing. Now my prediction is going to be a 2-1 win for Newcastle. Moving on to West Ham versus Crystal Palace. This should be a very interesting one because honestly both teams aren't in the best form. So let's get started with West Ham. They have not been the best this season, playing not the best football as well. They have been conceding quite a few goals recently, but they have now brought in Graham Potter as the sacked Lopetegui. I wonder how he will set this team up against this Crystal Palace team. Speaking of Crystal Palace, they have not been too good this season. Performances have picked up as of recent. Eze has been a bit underwhelming this season, I'm not gonna lie. Mateta seems like he has found his scoring boots again, and I believe Palace will come into this game quite confident as they drew 1-1 against Chelsea, which is pretty crazy. Now my prediction is going to be a 3-1 win for West Ham. Now we have Brentford versus Liverpool. This should be a decent game, so let's get started with Brentford. They have been quite decent this season. Recently their form has been like a bit on and off, but they're very good at counter-attacking. This team is very good at it, and Wissa and Mbeumo, super key players when they counter-attack. Kevin Schade has pulled up with some massive goals as well, and I think they're overall just a underrated team. And on to Liverpool, one of the best teams in the world this season. They have been playing some quite solid football. They have been slipping up though as of recent. They lost to Tottenham 1-0 in the EFL Cup, and that was Slot's second defeat with Liverpool this season. Now Salah still continues to ball out, unreal player. This guy is probably gonna end up as the player of the season, for being honest, but we're only halfway through, so anything could happen. Now my prediction is gonna be a 3-1 win for Liverpool. Moving on to Leicester versus Fulham. This could potentially be a tight one, so let's get started with Leicester. It has been rough times for them this season. They have had tough matches recently, if we're being honest, playing Liverpool, City, and also Aston Villa. They do play some nice football, I can't lie, just need to score more. They just need to put that ball in the back of the net, and this game is going to be a challenge for them because Fulham, on the other hand, they have been quite good this season. One of the most underrated teams in the Premier League. They have been getting quite a lot of draws recently as well. Jimenez has been doing quite well ever since he arrived at the club. Iwobi has found his place as well. I believe he plays like right center mid now, so he's very good at carrying the ball, so makes sense. And Robinson is having a incredible season for himself, of being one of the best left backs in the Premier League. Now my prediction is going to be a 3-1 win for Fulham. Moving on to Arsenal versus Aston Villa. Man, this is a pretty big game if we're being honest. So let's get started with Arsenal. They have been doing quite decent this season. We have not been playing the best football. It's actually been terrible in the past few matches for them, honestly. Knocked out of the EFL Cup and the FA Cup in a span of few days. And against United, we have had so many chances. Havertz choked them in front of goal as well. Arsenal, please get a striker this January. We desperately need one. If we don't get one, we're in trouble, bro. We're in trouble for the rest of the season. I don't think we will be able to push for that title if we don't get that striker. On to Aston Villa. They have been doing not too bad this season. Recent form has been decent. Last game they played Leicester and they won 2-1. John Duran could potentially be on his way out this summer or even in this January window. They signed Milan as well from Borussia Dortmund, which is interesting. I think they will lift up that form and start playing well again. Now my prediction is going to be a 2-2 draw between the two. Now moving on to Nottingham Forest versus Southampton. Now we all know which way this game's probably gonna go, so let's get started with Forest. They have been amazing this season. Forest have surprised us massively this year. At this current moment when I'm recording this, they are third place, playing some solid football, and they're solid defensively as well. I think they have the third best defensive record in the league, and Chris Wood is on fire. Like, your defense is terrifying. He just keeps on scoring, unbelievable. And on to Southampton. They've been struggling this season bad as expected. I mean, their form has been horrible. They're sat in 20th place as well for the Premier League, and they need to bring in some players this January, specifically attacking wise, because I think they lack the goals as well. Now my prediction is going to be a 3-0 win for Nottingham Forest. Moving on to Everton versus Tottenham. Now this could be quite a interesting game, so let's get started with Everton. They're doing not too bad. We did see Sean Dyche leave the club as well, so I believe David Moyes will be coaching this game. He is the new manager who's been brought in. I think that's a pretty good appointment from the Everton board or club overall. I'm interested to see whether they will go more defensive again, or stay defensive, or go more offensive. And they've been struggling in their recent games, to be fair, but I think they will manage to turn it around possibly. Now on to Tottenham. They have been disappointing this season, playing some not bad football if we're being honest, but the results, it's been rough for them, to be fair. Kulusevski has been great this season as well. Solanke has been quite a solid signing as well, chipping in with some goals, some assists, and they are expected to win this game. And my prediction is going to be a 2-1 win for Tottenham. Moving on to Man United versus Brighton. It's going to be such a good game, so let's get started with Man United. They have been disappointing this season, if we're being honest. They are sat 13th right now when I'm recording this. Their form has been quite decent in recent games. They drew 2-2 to Liverpool, I believe, in their last Premier League match, and they beat Arsenal on penalties in the FA Cup, as I mentioned before. Slowly, United are finding ways to get points, and Xerxes, after him getting booed off, he has stepped up his performances massively, and he scored the winning penalty against Arsenal, so fair play. On to Brighton. They have not been too bad this season. Form wise, they have been pretty decent. Joao Pedro has been performing for them this season. He could be on his way out this transfer window as well, but yeah, they play some nice football. Once again, just don't get the results that they need, and I think that's going to be a fairly high scoring game, and I'm going to go with the 3-2 win for Manchester United. Moving on to Ipswich versus Man City. This could be a interesting one, because honestly, we could see a surprise in this match. So let's get started with Ipswich. They have been struggling quite a bit this season. They have been playing some nice football. They won 2-0 versus Chelsea a few weeks ago, which is mad. Liam Delap is balling out for the club. He's being looked at by multiple clubs, including Chelsea. I think he's up there with the top goal scorers in the league. And onto Man City. They have been playing decent this season. They have found their form now after that horrible run of 2 wins. I think they got 2 wins in 14 matches. But Savinho is starting to step up with assists and goals, so getting involved. And Haaland is back to scoring as well. Foden back to playing in the team. We could see them push for the title if like all of the top 3 manage to slip up. If Arsenal and Liverpool slip up, and Nottingham Forest as well. That would be crazy. But my prediction is going to be a 3-1 win for Man City. Moving on to Chelsea versus Wolves. This is going to be a entertaining game. So let's get started with Chelsea. They've been quite good this season, but their recent form has been tough or rough, if we're being honest. Palmer still continues to perform for the club. Renato Vega is on his way to Dortmund. We got the news today. I saw that on Twitter. And overall, Chelsea, I think they play some nice football, and I think they have the advantage in this game. On to Wolves. They have been not too good this season. Recently, their form has been on and off. And I mean, their new manager, Vitor Pereira, will have challenges, because they have some big games coming up after this Chelsea game. They have Arsenal, Liverpool, and Aston Villa. Those are going to be rough, but if he manages to pull out some points, that's going to be very surprising. And I think Cunha should be back for this game as well. So my prediction is going to be a 3-1 win for Chelsea. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy the video. Don't forget to drop a like, comment down below all your predictions as well, and appreciate all your support on the recent videos as well. Don't forget to subscribe if you don't want to miss any more videos, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.